Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Electronicore is already a super crazy genre, and the goofiness that Electric Callboy brings to it makes me disintegrate into a puddle of giggles. But their newest release promises more than giggles. It promises that warm, fuzzy feeling that you can only get from a love song. That's right, Electric Callboy has released a love song. I can hardly begin to imagine what this is going to sound like. I'm so excited. So let's get to it. Ooh, I'm getting Monty Python vibes.
I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling. And every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause
Okay, I know this is a cover, and I've heard this cover at some point in the past. It's really familiar, or the original song, I should say. It's very, very familiar. And now I'm actually even more excited to feel more of the spin that they bring to it. This feels like so medieval and nerdy, and I also was really digging the leg tattoos, by the way. Okay, we're gonna go back to the beginning. Right, I like that font. Oh man, I'm such a nerd, you guys.
I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me.
So I just have to say right away, that very first entrance, there's like a creak into it. This is a very specific stylized thing. It's like the creak of a door opening, kind of. And it's a really good way to ease into a sound and make it sound more casual, more like I'm right here beside you in bed. I'm gonna sing you a love song.
I still hear
big
your
creak.
voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream.
Wait, I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I mean, if somebody's sleeping next to you, does that mean that you're like listening to them sleep talk? Or are you just like having a conversation with them while they're sleeping? I'm not sure, but that I've never really looked at these lyrics closely before. I still hear your voice when you. Maybe they're singing in their sleep. That's a thing. Sleep singing is actually a thing, by the way. Yes. Okay. Anyhow.
Your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream.
So blingy to watch.
Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive.
Very poppy.
'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling. And every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. Can't you feel my heartbeat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static. And every time we kiss, I reach for the sky.
I want to comment here. I'm going to pause it. There we go. Oh, such a good mustache. Facial hair is important. I personally am a huge fan of dudes with facial hair. I think it's a very, very nice thing. Also, I feel that facial hair stylization is so important in every single Electric Callboy movie that I've ever seen. So I just have to point out the mustache and the carefully styled top as well. I'm not sure where this is going to go, but if all of them have, I think this is called a handlebar mustache. If all of them in the video have handlebar mustaches, I won't be surprised.
'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static. And every time we kiss, I reach for the sky.
So much bling.
Can't you hear my heartbeat slow? I can't let you go. Want you in my life. When I never let you down.
Oh my gosh, That was such a good reveal. Oh my gosh. Oh, such a good laugh. Wow. That was some very, I think that's Kevin, and Kevin, like, spectacular legs. Just wow. Oh, and check out. Is that handlebar mustache that I saw there? Oh my gosh. This is brilliant. This is so brilliant. Because I feel like there's so many tropes here that they are just smashing, and I love that. I love that. I mean, first of all, like, there's something about screaming that I think is typically applied to like super like burly straight guys. Maybe I have this like strange conception of it. I think that was typically applied to it. That is definitely not what it needs to be. I've heard so many women with the most incredible screams. I'm looking at you, Tatiana. Holy crap. Or Courtney. Wow. Melissa, you guys are insane. I should say you ladies are insane. And that's just a few of you. I've heard, oh my gosh, Elisa too. Wow. Anyhow, incredible monster screams coming from women that completely shattered the trope for me in the first place. And I love that we are just like celebrating just love in general between whoever it's between. I think that's super, super awesome. And I love that the moment he gets up there, just like was totally unexpected. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that moment. I loved it so much. Oh my gosh, by the way, right, those shoes, I want them. I'm really not kidding. I want shoes like that. They look super comfy, like kind of hilariously fancy, but also super fuzzy on the inside, which is kind of like me sometimes. I'm like hilariously fancy, but then actually really almost always when you see me on camera, I have got yoga pants or sweatpants or like velvety activewear on the bottom half. You guys, you thought that I was a fancy opera singer, but really I am like what these shoes represent. I'm living on your love. I like this so much. Okay, so this is why I think I love Electric Callboy so much. Instead of screams that are like very angry and pulling you down into the mire of life, or really not just pulling you down, but sometimes it's like really cathartic to just let things go through some amazing deathcore, just amazing screams. And sometimes though, that feels a little heavy to me. There are different kinds of moods where I feel like I need to be in that state of mind to appreciate that kind of music. With Electric Callboy, they take me into this hilarious fun zone, and then the screams happen, and I feel like I just want to bounce to them. Why does screaming make me so happy all of a sudden? It feels like just very much not what evolution expected us to do with screams. And I love it. I love it. The happiest screams.
Are my castle, your heart is my sky. They wipe away tears that I cry. The good and the bad times, we've been through them all. You may
feel like we were having like a dirty dancing moment there. Well, if only he, gone up and anyhow. Also, did they do-si-do at one point? I think they do-si-doed. Little square dancing in there too. Just gotta say, Nico sounds super good in this. He's got that pop down really, really well. It's clean. It sounds effortless in his voice. It's just also really well produced. I mean, lots of good things happening there. One more time. I'm going to point out the do-si-do moment. There we go. There we go. Do-si-do. That lighting is gorgeous, especially the bulb that's out. I love the instrumentation in the background, the way it is so heavy but so poppy at the same time. It's like instead of the beats driving us into the ground, they're just lifting us up every single time. These guys make me rethink what heavy music is all about. Wow. Like not only is this just so cool and the energy is so amazing, but the vocal technicality of some of the things in here are just super amazing. Like my mind is popping. I'm going to go back and we're going to dissect this. This feels like very early 2000s in the way that they're breaking it down at first, which makes sense because I think this is from 2000s. And then I love the stuttering effect that's brought into the voice there. I love the head bobs. Calls back some other movies too. So right there, when he starts in, he's essentially going into fry. That is different from a couple of the other fries you might be familiar with. I've been talking with a bunch of people lately about what fry is. So I'm going to give you a rundown here. There are 3 different things that we frequently call fry in voice. That is why it is so confusing. You have the lowest thing called fry. It's fry/pulse register, an actual register in a voice. This is really when you go down below a certain hertz. So at the wacka 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 of the vocal folds phonating, at that slows down to it's a low amount of hertz. Our ears are suddenly able to hear the space between the vocal folds opening and closing, and it creates a kind of crackly sound. That is considered pulse or fry register. It's not necessarily something that you're going to feel here. It's more of an auditory perception because we can hear the space between the wacka wacka wackas. Okay. Separate thing. That's for really, really low notes. What he's doing here, this kind of sound, that's vocal fry. We often attribute it to Valley Girls or maybe Corey Taylor. And that is when you have very lax vocal folds coming together and not enough breath pressure or breath support to create a steady phonation. So it's actually under under supporting with air is what creates this kind of sound like this. If you try it yourself, you'll notice that you're not using very much air at all. And then there's something else that people call a fry scream. It's not the same mechanism here. Okay, this is attributed to higher pitch centers in scream. And while some people will use that the vocal fry sound to get it into a scream, the scream that's a vocal fry scream is actually just higher constrictions that are happening in the throat. So it's really cool because you have fry that's happening here, vocal fry, and then he switches into a fry scream in just a little bit. There's your I just have to say, I love his screams, the way that they feel like they're so crazy, but at the same time, they sound like they're very consistent. I can't imagine that they're actually ripping his vocal folds apart, even though it kind of sounds like that. Like, that's the intention. It wants to sound very intense, but I imagine he can do them while he's bouncing around. You don't have to be hurting in here to make a scream sound the right way. He's got just a really, really cool sound. By the way, if you want some more scream dissection and talking about harsh vocals and how to make them, I do have a course with Will Ramos and Chris Lipe that's out. You can go find that online, or I'll link to it in the description. It's a good scream. Oh my gosh, we've got like some vocoder, I think, that's happening in the layers there. Oh, also check out, I'm gonna go back just a little bit further. Check out Kevin's mouth. He's even got like a more round shape there to try and add a little bit more depth to the scream. I love that. Those are really cool layers. Okay, just a second. Did we just see their secret handshake? I think we just witnessed the secret handshake. I love the way they've built in so much space to this sound overall. It's like it just keeps kind of blasting in and blasting out. So it keeps refreshing so that you can appreciate when it comes back in every single time. It's I really, really like their sound, obviously. Right? Space right there. What? Oh my gosh, it's like they're playing patty cake, but it's with a secret handshake number 2. Oh, this is awesome. Love that setting. They've even built in a slowdown to their secret handshake number 2. This is so ridiculously fun. I love that every time I hear Electric Callboy, I just have to laugh. They have made me understand heavy music in an entirely new way. And I love that this is a love song too. It was just, I'm like zappy, happy, and feeling like I still want to rock out like crazy. So I hope you will join me in listening to some more Electric Callboy analysis over here. May you fall more in love with music every day.